to build a positive. Okay, I don't know what that is. Hello, you all. Happy Saturday. I just wanted to stop on here really quickly to share with you what I'm doing today. I promise I won't be on here long, only because I have set my timer to be out here for a few hours before I go in and do inside work. But it's a beautiful day. I think it's like 66 today. The other day, it poured so much rain down, y'all. When I tell you it poured, we really got a lot of rain. It was thunderstorm warnings, but we made it through. So what I'm doing today, because I got to share with y'all a couple of things. So I'm working out here in the rose garden. If you all remember, last season we bought a whole bunch of roses, and I still have about, I'll let y'all see in a few minutes about how many I still have to plant. I am going to put some in containers, and then I'm also going to have climbing roses. To this marks the entry right here, but because we planted these in fall and then now we're starting to get a lot of growth with the weather warming up, it is like grass growing at the bottom of the roses. So first thing is I'm just going to focus on this side for today, instead of being all over the place, which is how I was earlier. So I'm just getting all of this grass up, and the way the rose garden is going to go, these are like drift roses right here. This is called a peach drift, right here. But I'm lining them, I'm cleaning it out, I'm lining them with cardboard. And I think, like I talked to Chris, so that it won't be as bad. I was trying to figure out, should I get gravel, should I get wood chips? I think as far as the cost effectiveness and not slinging gravel everywhere, although I'm going to line it, I'm going to do a big lining of the rose garden, I think I'm going to go with the wood chips. But right here is the drift roses. We also have some Shasta daisies that are coming back up. Now let me tell y'all what I did. I did this because I was not paying attention. And so now I'm going to plant some double scoop echinacea. It's like a pink echinacea. So I had some salvias right here. I broke three. This one I haven't broken, but they come back up. Like, we have a lot of salvias coming back up, and this was actually a purple salvia right here. But I broke two of them on this side, so I'm like, let me just go ahead, pull it up, because I don't know if it's coming back or not. I don't know. That was me just walking, not paying attention to where I was. So now we're going to put the double scoop echinacea right here. When I went live last year asking you guys your opinion on how do you think I should plant the roses, you all told me to do like an ombre effect. So hopefully once everything starts to bloom, this is the effect it's going to get. It is a couple of roses where I did not have a tag or a name on, but we're going to see. Now these are not kind of like in the ombre effect over here. I think this one is. See, this doing this, that's why I'm lining it. This is how I stepped on the salvias. But this is called cathedral bells, right here. And so we have those on both ends right over there. But then you guys said do like an ombre effect. So what we did, starting with this first row, is we started off with the white towards the center, and this is Winchester Cathedral. They look pink because that's why I thought I had messed up. I'm like, oh gosh, I think I messed up. But when they bloom, they're white. And so we got like Winchester Cathedral, Winchester Cathedral. Then in the middle on both sides, we got, this is called Jador, I want to say. And then this one right here, let's see. Now, the ones that were David Austin, not all of these are David Austin, but the ones that were David Austin, is really easy to find the tags. And these, I have no idea, but hopefully they'll be ombre. That's all I that's all I can say, because I tried to label as much as possible, but we'll figure this one out later. And then it goes like to a lighter pink right here. So these are starting to come. And this is, I got to be careful. Y'all told me about those no-see-ums. This is the Queen of Sweden, which I like her. We had these in Savannah. Really pretty, kind of tall. They don't get that wide, but it's really pretty. So we got the Queen of Sweden over on each side right here. Now I'm going to tell y'all my favorite that I grew, that I had to grow again. Which one is this? So they go from a white to a light pink to a darker pink. Now they're supposed to get red, but it is two pinks on that side. I think I got, those are like the only two darker color roses. This is the Darcy Bustle right here, which she is really pretty. This is another one that we had in Savannah. But let me tell y'all, I just told Chris, y'all know that with our tea blend that we made last season, Unplug and Unwind, we use a lot of our rose petals in here. But I'm also going to make rose water and like rose spritzer with these. I've been really out here checking on the roses because y'all know last season, Japanese beetles. But look at this, y'all. Okay, I'm going to really have to check. We had Japanese beetles. Now, I will tell you some of the other roses we had. I saw some bud worms. So I just been coming out here. But look how these roses are just getting loaded. And once they start to grow in, they're going to be nice. But I'm just taking it a little at a time. Oh, let me tell y'all what my really favorite flower. This is the replacement that they sent me. So out of all of the flowers we got last season, only two didn't make it. And one of them that they actually sent me out, it does not look like it's about to bud out. So that's why I was like, I'm going to show y'all in a minute. We got some roses. It might not be the same color. It might not be the same variety, but I'm just like, okay, maybe, I think it's the James Austin. Maybe James Austin just don't want to be in the garden. But my favorite, and I'll make sure, so if you're not subscribed, y'all, hit the subscribe button. I will make sure that once she blooms, I come back and show you. Eustacia Vi. This is really a pretty rose. It has like a lot of different tones to it. Like it's a pink, a peach, a little white in there, but she's really pretty. Eustacia Vi. And so this is what we're doing. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying not to get in too much sun, y'all, is I'm just lining all of the roses. I'm going through cleaning around them. I'm lining them all, and then I'm going to put wood chips around them. So that's what we're doing today. And then we're probably going, it's a bulk landscaping place up the road from us. And I'm probably going to call them next week, see how much they'll charge to deliver. When they start telling me about cubic feet and tons and all of that, I don't know what they're talking about most of the time. So I'm hoping to get like one trip, because again, once we're done with this whole area right here, and I'm thinking I'm moving back, because now over here I put up a short yesterday, y'all, because I told y'all that I knew that Chris was gonna have some words for me when he came back in the house from cutting the grass, because I planted all of these roses in the fall. And so the grass wasn't growing, and yesterday was really his first real true time like cutting the entire back. Like he came in and cut a little bit, but yesterday was like the full back cutting. And so I told him, don't worry about this. I'm going to end up just section everything off. But the way he was maneuvering, I knew he was going to say something about it. So that's why I was like, let me start working on it today, because what I can see in my head, no one else can see. I can picture how it's going to be. We're going to put, like I said, a couple of climbing roses here at the entrance. But what I was going to tell you is I have more room on this side. I'm not going to put any more roses over on this side over here, which is why I have it like lined out, because you can see he came through with the lawnmower and it just blows all kind of stuff. And according to him, he just does not have enough room to get by. And his point was like, if we have to, a lot of when we got the movers to come in, they actually the things that needed to go in the basement, they actually drove through the double gates in the back, and they just drove through because all of this was grass, and then they just drove right up to the door. But they can't do that now. But like I told him, it's not a double fence right there, but it's a fence, so they could still, I they can maneuver it if we still need to do that. But that's what I'm doing today. And I really need to have, like, by the time he has to cut the grass again, I really want to be finished with lining all of the roses on both sides. My main thing today is to just do this side, but I wanted to share with y'all, like, how all of the rose buds are coming on. And you know how you have like early bloomers, mid-season, late bloomers, kind of like with tulips and things like that. So I'm also taking a note, like, what blooms first. So far, this one just bloomed from the rain. It wasn't there, but so far this Darcy Bustle rose and the Harlow Carr roses, they bloom first. But just look at all of the rosebuds coming on. And so we're gonna have a lot of roses. I'm thinking about like just drying rose petals, but I'm also gonna make different type of arrangements with it too. But I think, when I'm trying to do a project and I'm doing it by myself, I try to think what's the best and most effective way to do it. I've been saving these boxes, so now I'm just starting to break them down and just line them out and go ahead and at least start putting the mulch down. Now, what I do first, y'all, is I'm going to bring the water hose back here and I'm going to wet everything down. And then I'm going to put the wood chips down. It's like a cedar cypress blend wood chips. But like I was sharing with you, if you just joined us, I stepped on what was left of, we had salvias on both sides right here, and it was a purple salvia. And then you was gonna have the Shasta daisies over there. But I have literally not watched myself step and stepped on them. So I have some really small double scoop echinacea. They're the pink ones. They say plant them about 24 inches apart. So we're going to take this row right here and we're just going to do echinacea right here, because that'll be a good interest. I'm also thinking about like the pollinators and the birds during the winter time. That'll be something good for them to kind of like feed on. And then let me share with you really quick, because I shouldn't have did it, y'all, but I did. So I told myself this season, don't buy any more plants. And what did I do when I saw the bare root roses? Because I shared with y'all the ones that I got from Lowe's. I went and I bought more roses. So I spaced these. So I have 5, 10, 15, 17 more roses still to find places in the garden from. These are starting to bloom as well. Now, a couple of them we are going to put, like I said, in containers. These are not climbing roses, but I do want climbing roses. So we're gonna probably get 2 more different type of climbing roses and a trellis. But I want to say all of these right here is what I bought this season. Yeah, I'm looking at the tags because I had to write the tags on it. These were from last season. So again, what I do plan on doing, because I have more room over here, but I don't want to block that double gate over there, I'm probably going to put, and this receives, I've already checked. Y'all know I look at the sun and how it's hitting during the different parts of the day. So, oh, excuse me, y'all. So we have this magnolia tree here, but we still get good sun right here. So I probably could fit maybe 1, maybe 3. I might just go down this row with a whole nother thing of, because this is where it ends, but you can still get in the double gate. This is the Harlow Carr right here. So I may just come down, make 1 more, maybe at least 1, 2, at least 4 more we could put in this area right here. Now, will it have that ombre effect? I don't know. We'll see. But my intentions were good when I did plant it. But that's what I'm doing today. And I'm telling y'all, hit the subscribe button because I know that once it gets done, only I can see it in my head right now. It's going to be really nice and just a peaceful, calm, serene place. You can just walk down and you can get roses. And we grow all of these organically. And so we'll be able to put them in our tea blends. And then I'm also going to make like a whole bunch of arrangements too. So I have a video hopefully coming out today, y'all. So early this morning I got up and I tried to do a lot of my weekend things that I do, but I tried to get them done today. But I did stop by Aldi, and I want to share with you all what I found, just in case you have an Aldi's by you. All of them are different because we have like 3 different Aldi's right in this, like I would say within a 5 to 10 mile radius. Some of them have some of the things, some of them don't, but it's a great way to like get gardening things as well. So I'll make sure that I share that video with you coming out today. So I'm gonna sign off, y'all. I'm gonna come to a stopping point. I may not get everything lined up, but I am gonna get that echinacea planted right here. And then I got a super big box where I'm just gonna like put everything in front of here. And I do have some wood chips already in the truck. So I'm gonna just get out what I have, and then I'm gonna call around probably Monday and see if they just have some wood chips, not colored, not treated, just regular wood chips. And I'm gonna line this. I'm gonna look for arch. So even if you're watching the replay or if you're live, if you've seen a nice arch, a rose arch, put it in the comments. Let me know because I want to get like an arch, and then I don't know what color. Put that in the comment too, y'all, because y'all are the ones that helped me plant this and told me what colors to put where. So put what color roses you think, climbing roses that you would think would be nice for the entrance of here. And then because I have so many different things, we're probably gonna put a couple containers in here, y'all, too. I've been having different containers, and so I'm just like, you know what, we just gonna start placing them in the garden. It's okay as long as we get it planted. Like when we drove up today, because my cousin came by, but I wasn't here. But I told her, just go in the garden. She loves spinach. I told her, go in the garden and get some spinach and stuff like that. But when we drove up today, I was like, I can see it coming together. Now, when I asked Chris, he was like, hey, if you like it, then all right. But I'm just like, I see it coming together, but I just got to continue to work, which is why I put my timer on one by one. Happy Saturday, CC's Texas Garden. Hope you're doing well. I just got to put my timer on and just do little by little, but we're going to get this side. So it's my goal to get this side done. Now, when I say done, I probably won't have all of the wood chips, but I at least want to get cleaned from around each of the roses. I want to go ahead and lay the cardboard down. And so once I get a quote for some wood chips, and if they could possibly bring it so that we don't have to take the trailer and do all of that, like if they could bring it and somehow get back here and drop it off at that double gate, that would be so great. And so I'll be able to get done with these different get done with this, and then I have to figure out what material I want to use to like line it with. I think I seen like some type of metal material or something where you can just line out the whole thing. So that's what I want to do so that we can keep like the grass from creeping out. So that's my plans for this weekend. I also want to get a couple of containers planted. I noticed that a lot of my violas and pansies are starting to get leggy. I think later on, the first part of this next week, we're going to be getting in the 80s again. It was 66 today. Slowly but surely, we're going to start getting in the 80s. And y'all, I was stubborn the other day. So I left it had got down to maybe upper 30s, but I was stubborn. I left my peppers and some of my tomatoes out, and they survived. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and plant them since they survived. But we like I said, we still got about 17 more roses to place. But I did put a big dent. If you think these are three, this is like 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 20. So over the fall, we got about 25 roses planted. I still got to do about 15 to 17 more, but all of it's going to come together. Even if I have to put them in the ground over by Berry Lane, we'll do that too. And then let me share with y'all real quick. So my next project also, I looked at it today because Chris was mowing, and so he's putting like the grass and Pollinator Island, but a lot of our plants are coming back up. I did lose two salvias, but the false indigo is coming up. This is what I was really worried about. If y'all can see it, I was like, please come back up, please, please, please. And so I'm going to go ahead, cut these branches off. This is what got me in trouble, not waiting too long to cut like the last year's old branches off, which made me had to dig in the plant. But out of this Pollinator Island, I think we lost one. We lost one plant right here. Was blanket flower. This is what I say about. I had a total of 5 salvias, and I love these. I got them on clearance, and they have these red blooms for the pollinators. All of these came back, but see, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, so I got to come in, get down deep, and get those branches off. But this is the crazy thing, y'all. These two same salvias, they didn't come back. They did not come back. Those did, but these didn't. Go figure. And then this is some type of red flower that the pollinators love. I'm going to have to move this daisy because I got a feeling this butterfly bush is going to cover that up. So probably where that blanket flower over here didn't make it, I'm probably going to put this daisy over there. And then I want to say these are a type of salvia too, y'all. All of these, I was on, somebody asked me how did I feel about clearance plants when I was on a live. And I could pretty much say this whole Pollinator Island was clearance. And they were all, my whole purpose was to do like strictly perennials so that I didn't have to worry about the annuals. All of them have different bloom times. This is like the wild onions I was telling people about. This is how I pulled up some of my alliums that I had over here in the garden, because when they come up, I didn't know if they was the wild onions or the true alliums. So that's why I was like, oh, I done pulled up stuff I had no business pulling. Hey, Shirley, how are you? So I still got to do a little work. What I actually got up this morning to do, so if you're in the Atlanta area and you know about Forest Park, they have like a farmer's market, but they have this place here. I think it's called Jam and Designs, because they sold like the bird baths and different statues, because this one right here has a slow leak. And that's what I was telling Chris. I was like, if I could just find another top, it would be good. But it's cracked right here, but it also has a slow leak up under here. And the ones that I see at the store now, they're too shallow. So I have like my little bird solar thing like at night, when I clean it. When I clean it, it comes up and it changes different colors, but it leaks. And so I was having to like come out here and fill it up too often. But the ones at the store now, they're a little bit too shallow. But I do have to come in here and clean this bed up. All of these, I know I didn't plant any alliums right here. I planted alliums over here, y'all, and I bought some Shaberti alliums, but I just didn't have time to put them out. That's what I'm saying about being a gardener. But when I tell you these are like my favorite alliums, it's called Shaberti. They really, to me, look like fireworks. But we also had some drumstick alliums to come up. I think those are the ones that got pulled because they look so similar to these wild onions that grow, so they probably got pulled. These, I could tell that this is what they were just by the base, but the little drumstick ones, yeah, some of them were when I pulled them up. Some of them I do really feel like they were the wild onions, but some of them I do think that they were like the alliums too. But that's okay. In a few weeks, we're gonna pull up the Dusty Miller, and I think I'm going to put more of this. I got two more of these cat mints to plant right here, and then let me tell y'all. So when it rains so hard like the other night. And again, we had thunderstorm warning. But I noticed that when the sump pump from the basement, and then when it rains, it is, I forgot what you call it, but so the water just kind of comes out from that pipe. But this is the thing, y'all. When it runs off, that's what I'm looking for. When it runs off, it makes a runoff. And do you see, like, this is where all, like this path right here. Good thing I don't have any flowers here, but I'm thinking maybe I should add flowers to like help with the erosion and with the runoff. So I'm debating on that, because these are bee balms right here that we had last year that are starting to come back. And so I'm just trying to get some things out here planted, but I do appreciate the rain, because I'm going to tell y'all, because of that rain, like, and I hope Shirley's still on here, because we always talk about snapdragons. So we got like 3 different types, but because of that rain, like these snapdragons, I was like, well, y'all please come on and bloom, because probably next month I may have to pull it, and I'm going to put some other plants here. So because of that rain, we got the snapdragons that are starting to bloom right here. This one right here is a type of salvia that these bees have been all over. That's another clearance that we got. And then we got some snapdragons right here. But I noticed this morning when I walked out here after all of that rain, I was like, will you look at this? I just love the color of these. I don't know the names, y'all. I don't, but it has like a touch of yellow in here. It's not like pink, it's like a rose and a yellow. So those are starting to bloom. And all, like I said, all of the pansies like this and the violas, you could see when they start to get real tall like this, they're really starting to get leggy, which means that it's getting a little bit too hot for them. So I just yesterday, and I got a video coming out too. See how tall and leggy they're getting? I just want to show y'all the context. Like, they're not supposed to be this leggy, so that lets me know. But I just planted like some of it's the Dreamland Zinnia that's in our seed kits that we offer online. So I just planted some of those. They get about 12 inches in height. And then I planted lots of marigold yesterday, because we're going to surround our garden with marigold. And what else did I plant? I planted some cucumbers, but one lady reminded me, I got to plant sunflowers. So we had sunflowers last year, but all of these are getting leggy, and I need them to just hold out just a little while longer, just so that the other ones can get a little bit of growth on them. And then that way we can pull those and pull the snapdragons. A lot of the salvia is starting to come back. These are perennials as well. So they're starting to come back. And when I tell you a really hard cut on this sage, and this sage was like, thank you for cutting me. And now I'm going to come back even more amazing. And y'all know, like, I have started to put red in, mostly on the front porch, because I'm thinking, like, I have the black container, so I've started to put red. But I actually like this red right here. I was like, this is like a nice color. It's not that I don't like red, but y'all know that when I pick flowers, the main thing I go towards is pink, purple, and white. Not necessarily in that order. It just depends on the actual plant. But this one it just kind of, it looks really nice. And I'm getting something that's getting eaten. These are the heuchera turnips. And I'm like, if you don't thin these need to be thin so bad. So yeah, y'all, okay, I'm about to get off of here, because as I walk around, I'm like, now you said you was going to do this. You said you was going to do that. This was a salvia I've had for 2 years now that I actually bought on clearance, and it comes back every year. And we had some hot and spicy oregano that was being covered. That's why I say sometimes you may start off with a plant in one place, but as things continue to grow around it, you may have to move it, which is why I'm gonna have to move that Shasta daisy. But the same thing happened. This is hot and spicy oregano, and it was getting covered by something somewhere in the raised bed. So it was so small, I took it and moved it right here, and it's just jumping back a lot. And I also, okay, and then I'm gonna get ready to go, y'all, because my chives are starting to bloom over here. I said I was gonna make have y'all heard of chive blossom vinegar? I said I was gonna make chive blossom vinegar because it turns it a beautiful like light pink color. And so I see some that are starting to bloom, and so I'll probably do that. I'm always like trying stuff and doing things. I'm happy to see my dill growing because I love, not necessarily for like, if I can make it to where they don't bolt, then I will. I'm still gonna harvest it, but I actually like to put like a little bit of dill on salmon when I eat it. And so I would love to use this for dill pickles because last year I didn't grow dill, and we were harvesting cucumbers, and I made like some of the quick refrigerator dill pickles. And y'all know those little clam shells that they sell at the store. I was like, I'm about to get ready to pay $3.99 for one little clam shell, but I needed like three. So that was like $12 for, I was like, this don't even make sense. But since I didn't grow it, I didn't have a choice. And this lemon thyme right here, I don't harvest off of these. I just call this one the MVP of the garden. And I just cut it back a little bit every year, but I particularly let this go to flowers because probably in a few weeks you'll see a lot of pollinators around it. And we're getting, I got to get out here and get serious because some of my plants are getting kind of taken over by some pests. So I'm like, you got to get everything in place and get up and get done. But this is what I wanted to share with y'all real quick, and then I'm going to go. The bee balm right here, I think I'm going to have to separate it out. These were not that many plants last year, and they have multiplied, and it seems like they're trying to take over. It's going to be pretty. I will tell you this. It's like a dark pink and a lavender. I think these are maybe lavender. These are like dark pink. It's going to be really nice, but I think I'm going to have to, because they're perennials, I'm not going to, either I'm going to do it now or I'm going to have to do it like in the fall, but I won't do it like in the heat of the summer. I may just, I got so many things I got to do because I got to go in and look for some holy basil seeds. That was on my list too. But I may just let it do this, and then in the fall time, I will move it. And y'all remember, I did a video on this container. This is like the entrance of the garden with the rosemary and the violas and the alyssum. And every time, if y'all have never smelled alyssum, it's a really soft, like a really nice soft scent that when the wind blows, it just kind of like catches you and you're like, what is that? But it really smells good. And so we started a lot of these from seed. We're going to use those for some of our containers as well. And then I planted like parsley not too long ago. Y'all see I started this parsley from seed inside February the 7th. And so I finally put it out, and so it's starting to take form. So I use this for my juice, but the rest I will harvest it, I will dry it, and I will use it for seasoning, as well as the za'atar right here. We soil block those. And then I have to grow lavender either in containers or what do you call it, or the raised beds, because this soil is real clay. It's very red clay, and it holds on to, and lavender doesn't like wet feet. But those are starting to take off. Now the ones I started from seed, the fern leaf lavender, before I go up there, this calendula is what we use as well in our calendula salve. And then we also offer just the loose leaf flowers. Just say, for instance, if you have a project you want to do, we offer that on our website too. Because guess what, y'all? Somebody reached out to me today. The lemon verbena. they bought the last two. So I think it's sold out, and they were asking, did I have any more? But I was like, not yet. So our lemon verbena just came back. I don't think this one is coming back. And this is what I say about perennials. Like, you don't know each season if they're going to come back. We got down to, I want to say, either 10 or 13. And most perennials, some of them can take like negatives. But you see how I had four of these all by each other, all by each other. But one is this, I don't know. I'm still going to leave it in here. But you see how, because this one is a little bit late, but it just all depends on the placement, where it is, this, that, and the other. This is another one that I have to cut down, but we won't have any lemon verbena at least for like another, I would say probably 6 to 8 weeks, although I'm going to add some more. So I got some more plants because that was a main ingredient too in our tea blend. But I was just saying that to say a lot of the herbs and the tea blends and the things that we offer y'all is growed. We grow it right here in this garden. This is the true hyssop right here. I think I'm going to pull up this anise hyssop and move this so that it can get a little bit bigger. They put these really pretty purple spikes on. Kind of reminds me of like a salvia, but they put these on. But I think I'm going to move it. And if I'm going to move it, I need to do it quick. I don't like to start uprooting plants and digging them out when it starts getting too hot. But our lemon balm also came back too. So we're going to be making some tinctures with this. This is a good one. Like if you just have trouble sleeping at night, but always talk to your doctor, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a medical doctor. And then some herbs to me are medicine. So sometimes they can have an effect. Um, so, but it smells really good. But we'll have those, I would say maybe around, we'll start putting a lot of our loose leaf herbs on maybe around at least June, give it a little bit of growth, and we'll start adding some culinary herbs too. We got tarragon, oregano, thyme, and things like that. Oh, but let me show you. Okay, and then I'm gonna get off, y'all. I'm glad it rained because the garlic did really good too. Like this is a patch that I started because remember I shared with y'all. I started the garlic, and I would have to come out here and water it. Now, what I will tell you is that when it's in ground, I don't have to water it as much. I have yet to test um, the the watering system here. I've yet to test it. So I've been watering everything or letting the rain water, but I don't have to water it as much. But I'm telling myself it's starting to get hot and you need to put these raised beds on a uh, schedule because I still have to water, the ones that are in ground until I can get somebody out here to just run things. This cilantro is starting to bolt and go to seed. So I'm going to pull this big one up. But these are ones that I started in the springtime. So all of these that's over here, those are fine for now. But the fern leaf, I got to keep on track, y'all. The fern leaf lavender that we started from seed. So this is it right here. Now the ones inside, I have not potted up. I'm going to tell on myself. And it's actually starting to get like the little lavender. Now this type of lavender I won't use in the tea blends. This is strictly for my strictly for my pleasure and my purpose. But the ones that I just showed you and the other ones we will, because there's certain varieties of lavenders and some of them are a little bit stronger than the other ones. Some of them are used for culinary and others are used for like sachets. So the ones that we grow for the tea blends, that is like a culinary herb. And so this was strictly because I loved lavender. But let me tell you about this fern leaf lavender. This one is strong. Like it has a really strong smell. It still smells like lavender, but it smells like something else mixed in with it too, if you know where I'm going. Because every time I brush it, I'm like, wow, this is strong. This is really strong right here. So this has been doing good, y'all. We soil block these. This is why I love starting a lot of things from seed, because something about the whole process of starting it from seed to seeing it growth. Now, hey, I'll get a transplant in a minute. So I don't want to tell y'all, oh yeah, I'm starting everything from seed, because I'm not. I will get a transplant in a minute and I will transplant it. It just depends on what it is, how far in the season do I have time? So this garden is things that I've started from seed, things that I've transplanted. And I told my cousin today, but she said she didn't like lettuce that much because I was like, the lettuce is almost about to, like, this one has already bolted, which means that it's getting too hot. So I was like, girl, take some of that lettuce with you because all of this is lettuce. And I feel like that's all I've been eating. And with lettuce, I mean, you either eat it or you don't. It's not like, like collards, how you can, maybe freeze them, or it's not like other things that you either could freeze or dehydrate. So I was telling her, like, take some of the lettuce. I think this is my romaine lettuce but all of this right here, I did start from seed. And I gotta make an announcement, y'all. Now it's getting too hot, so I'm not gonna offer it now, but stick with me around about maybe end of July, August. I finally was able to source some of these seeds. This is the Alfresco blend. And so I know for a fact we're going to offer these on our website. And then also the arugula. I got like 3 different ones and they're coming in. But this is how much I love it. Like, I love these so much because they come in a pellet and it contains like multiple seeds. And this is what you get when you like plant everything. And I think this is like the Asian blend. I think we got like a city market blend and another one. But it comes like with, I know these are some type of like mustards or turnips right here. But it comes with the just all types of different things. I like a lettuce that has like different blends to them. I mean, I love romaine too, but something about the different taste. I always tell people, if you haven't added arugula to your salad, now just don't do the arugula leaves, add it in with something, and man, it's just like a whole different taste. And so I shared with you on the other video that I did a test this summer. So y'all know that when I stayed in Savannah, I could leave my dahlias in ground. I did not dig them up. I let them stay because we got good drainage, and then the weather could take them and they would come back every year. Now, the dahlias are coming up in the raised beds. I have not seen any. So dahlias coming up in the raised beds. They already getting eaten. I have not seen but I'm thinking this is one because I did have dahlias here last year. So I'm thinking this is one that's coming up. And this is actually in ground. But we got volunteer sunflowers because we had sunflowers here as well. So we got volunteer sunflowers coming up too. And then these are 3 different type of beets. But this one it's about to bolt and go to seed. You see how it sends up this long stalk like this? Whenever you see a plant do that, it's getting hot and it's about to bolt and go to seed. Just like this one that I just showed you over here. Like, they'll always send up. This is why I harvested my broccoli the other day, but now they're putting on side shoots. So I harvested the main ones. They were really good. But now they're starting to put like the side shoots on. I don't know if they're going to make it or not. But I was like, with this temperature going up and down like this, I'm not about to chance it and have this broccoli go to flower and I don't get any. So all of the broccoli, I'm going to probably leave these, but I harvested these as well. And so I'm going to pull those and maybe put some of the peppers there. But yeah, like I was saying, you'll notice whenever you see your plant like sends up, the stalk gets thicker, that means it's getting too hot. This is going to flower and this is going to go to seed. The same thing with the beets. This one, now the other ones, I'm going to pull some and put in our juices for this week, because those are ready, if y'all can see. So we got some beets that are ready to go. Got those. Yep, those are ready to go. I don't put too many beets in there because of the oxalates. I just try to switch out every now and then. But this one, yeah, that's one about the bolts. And then last thing, y'all, the onions are about to walk. I did a video on that too. These are the Egyptian walking onions. So you could see that they're starting to put the bulbils on top. And so they're about to, when they get top heavy, they bend over. And if they can get contact with the soil, they'll make a whole nother, they make a whole nother plant, which I have been from last season. Like I'll dig it up once it gets roots, and then I'll just pot. Oh Lord, y'all, and they taking roots in here. See, okay, let me get off of here, because see, I need to get myself together. So it's starting to root. So y'all saw how I was rooting in the ground. That's what happened. So it's gonna start to root, but these are going to like just start walking over, which is why they call them walking onions, and then they're gonna start to root. And so every now and then you got to come and you got to separate them out. I got a feeling that I'm going to have to separate some of these at the bottom. And I'm just trying to figure out, what do I want to do, for the simple fact that although I just wanted to have berry lane by itself, I know that strawberries and onions go good together as far as giving off a smell to kind of keep the pest away. So I'm just thinking about, should I do that as well? Okay, y'all. So I'm going to get off of here. Remember, I'm gonna try to get it up today. So I'm gonna work a little bit more. I'm gonna work a little bit more on this rose garden, so that the cardboard, that was what we was started talking about. Y'all know every time I get started, I just go left most of the time. And I got some bronze leaf fennel over here, and then the pomegranate trees are leafing out as well. But what we were talking about, this is what I'm doing on a Saturday, is trying to get these lined up. And then I'm gonna go ahead, if I could just get these lined up and get the cardboard down, and we're just gonna do this side today and plant the double scoop echinacea, then I can say that I had like a successful day today. So I hope you all have a good weekend. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have those notifications turned on, so that you can see later on today what Aldi has. And if you have an Aldi by you, maybe check it out and see if they have some of the things. So y'all have an amazing weekend, and we'll talk again soon. Bye, y'all.